Okay, this is Bruce Shane Lucky Nelson, and we're going to do a steamed dinner tonight. There's nothing easier than steaming food. It's the fastest and easiest way to cook. Now, I have a steamer here. This is a couscousière, the French call it, for making couscous. But any steamers are very easy to find and buy. This one costs about 15 euros. And you pour in a little water into the bottom, and you turn on the heat. Just an inch or so of water, and you'll get plenty of steam in about 2 minutes. Then you put in the steamer basket, and you put on the lid, and then we're going to cut up our veggies. We've got the water heating now in the steamer. Now you don't even have to peel the carrots. It's a good idea to wash them. But the important thing is when you're going to cook carrots in a steamer, you got to cut them thin. Now I'm using a very sharp Japanese knife. I would not recommend this to children.
No.
Okay. So it doesn't take long, as you see, to cut up 3 big carrots. For 2 people, I figure 2 carrots, 2 big carrots enough, but we're going to make like 3 meals here. All right, so the carrots are all cut up now, and we just put them into the tray up here. Notice how thin they're sliced. Potatoes, people say life is expensive, food is expensive. Potatoes are very cheap. Carrots are very cheap. So this whole meal we might have maybe $1 worth of vegetables here, euros worth of vegetables. We're going to feed 3 people, maybe €1.50. Now look at the potatoes. I don't even have to peel them. All I do is just cut them in thin slices. It's important that they're thin, otherwise they're not going to cook in the steam, okay? And you won't believe how different potatoes taste when they're steamed. I think you'll find they taste much better than French fries. Stop. Now if you have a spot on the potatoes like that, you can just cut it off a little bit, clean them up a bit, but you don't really have to peel them. I'll just do this last one. It only took us about another minute, so in about 2 minutes we've cut up all the potatoes and we've cut up all the carrots, and we put them into the steamer. Oh, that's a lot of veggies I cut up in 2 minutes, huh? Might take you a little longer if you're a beginner or a kid. And then you look at the clock. Okay, so it's going to take 20 minutes for carrots and potatoes to cook in steam. So we go around 20 minutes, and right now it's 35. So 55, we're going to have dinner all done. Okay, now this is chicken breast. I get it at the supermarket. It's a wonderful bargain. It's a little expensive. It's about $5, $6 a pound, but there's no bone. Most meat, you get bone, half the weight is bone. Here it's 100% meat for about $5 a pound. So I've spent about €6 here, and this will give us 3 good meals. So for the price of a hamburger, we're going to have chicken fillet. Now, the first thing you do with chicken is you wash it. Microbes love chicken, even in the supermarket. So you wash it and just wash the fillets, just to get any surface bacteria off of them, okay? This is important. And you smell the meat, make sure it smells good if it's been in the fridge. That's an important thing too with chicken. Don't leave it in the fridge. Buy it and leave it in there 3 days. You're just asking for trouble, okay? So this is nice, fresh, I hope. Yeah, it smells fine. Once you got it, make sure it's fresh. Then you're just going to have to cut it up, okay? You don't need a very sharp knife to cut up chicken. We want to cut this up in pieces about the size of 2 thumbs or a thumb, right? So each piece, each fillet is going to get cut up into just 3 or 4 pieces so that the steam can get at it better. Now we open this up, take a look in here, you'll see these potatoes are starting to cook, but you notice a fork still won't go into them. They're going to take another 10 minutes or something like that. And you got to stir these to make sure the steam gets at all of them 2 or 3 times. And now we're just going to start throwing in the meat. Nothing to it. You don't have to put it in any particular order. We're using a clock here, but you don't have to use a clock if you're steaming vegetables. You can be in the other room working. When the veggies are done, you'll smell that they're done. Suddenly the whole house will be full of a wonderful smell of cooked vegetables, and this house is just beginning to smell now of cooked carrots and cooked potatoes. So I know that the veggies are just about done, and at that point I throw in the meat. Okay, yeah, now after it's been cooking about 5 minutes here, you go in and turn it all over, and you look for spots that aren't cooked like that. You take each of these pieces and turn them over so that the steam can get at both sides. Here's another one, you see, still a little pink. So we've got about 5 minutes left here. And notice now the fork's starting to go into the potatoes. 5 more minutes should do it for the potatoes as well. You see, it's now all done, and when I stick in the potatoes, look how nice it goes in. These are a little tough yet. Maybe give it another minute. But basically, we're done. 20 minutes after we started, those carrots and potatoes should be cooked. The chicken's been in there 8 or 10 minutes. It's cooked. We just lift the whole basket off, set it on a plate. We set the plate on the table, and we're ready to start. Of course, there's no spices. I haven't even put salt. So we've got pepper, paprika, mayonnaise, a little ketchup, and some cream, some nice dairy cream, bio dairy cream, and some mustard. So you can put anything you want on the plate. You spread a little cream over it. I've sprinkled a little paprika on it. And then I've put cream on his and some paprika. And I'll tell you, that's just, cream and a little paprika transforms this meal into a real feast. Fit for a king.